Hi, it's Rona, and it is time for another Scraplift Crafternoon. We are scraplifting Zelly, and I showed her layout there, although I'm not sure what I did to it. Here you can see it a little bit better. There is a background, and for some reason when I copied this onto the video, it had a solid black. It's kind of odd. I've never had that happen before. But anyway, her layout does have a pretty scripty background. These are some things I'm going to be using. Some of this photoplay, a couple sheets from Bella Boulevard, and I am going to go ahead and dive right into matting. So I'm showing you here that I matted, even though I didn't have enough of that paper. I knew it was going to be overlapped based on her sketch, and there was a lot of extra space on that part of the photo anyway, so I knew I was going to overlap that part. And so I wasn't too worried about not having quite enough paper. And because it does have the ABCs, all over the paper, I wouldn't have been able to turn it sideways and have it look quite right. So I am happy with how that turned out, and you can't even tell that it wasn't matted perfectly. I stuck them together so that I could move them kind of in one piece, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my fun foam. Lots of people use this. I just get it from Walmart. I think you can also get it from Michael's. Other people have said on their videos that they get this from Michael's. It's adhesive on one side. So I put that up against the paper there, and then I will add my own adhesive here in a moment before I stick it down. I do use this adhesive that I use for everything on the foam. It doesn't work the best. I also just don't like using liquid adhesive on the foam because I think the foam kind of sucks it up, and it also then sometimes leaves the paper warped. So I don't know what the perfect thing is for that fun foam. I know a lot of people still use the ATG guns. I've just never been able to get the hang of that. It's just so big and bulky. So I like my little adhesive, and even though I have to kind of press hard and sometimes it doesn't, I kind of waste some because it doesn't cover on there well, it's still my favorite that I've found. So that's what I use, and they don't fall off, so I just have to sometimes press a little harder and go over it a couple of times. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut a couple of these little pocket cards. I liked how they looked, and in comparison with the stickers, they were kind of the same size. So scale-wise, it's going to work out fine. The school building there was a little too big for where I wanted to use it. I thought about taking, when I was fussy cutting, just taking the flag off the top. But when it came down to it, I really didn't need it, and so I didn't even bother fussy cutting that. I will save it and use it on another layout. So Zelly in her layout had everything kind of set off to the left and with a little bit of white space over on the right hand side. So I am embracing that, and this is all going to be kind of over here on the left. These stickers that I'm placing, like that one up there at the top, I'm just barely laying it down, so it's not stuck down to the paper. And I had to move it, so it's a good thing that I didn't have it stuck down to the paper, because the school days was going to be a little too big. So I went ahead and gently put that school days up there. I am going to lift it back up and add some foam adhesive to it. Zelly had gone all the way around the entire 3 pictures with little items, little stickers or die cuts or whatever she might be using there. A few of them overlapped, but for the most part she just has them all the way around. So that is also what I'm going to do. Up there at the top where it says "You're a Star," that sticker, she had one that said "Science," and it was a circle. Hers did overlap the photo, and I could have made mine, but I had space, so I just I thought it looked fine like that because the school days was going to be up that high too. I really like this little owl on the books. And the books say ABCs and count to 10 and little preschooly things like that. And since this is from Hudson's very first day of preschool, and he will go to preschool again next year because he doesn't turn 5 to start kindergarten until October. So he will have one more year of preschool, which is fine. He loves it. He's made some friends and has just really done great. So it's all good. So here's where I'm going to go ahead and add the fun foam to the back of this little banner. It's not really my title, but it was kind of overlapping the photo just a tiny bit, and I really intended first day of school that I did overlap the picture with to kind of be the title, but school days works too, and there's several places with words on this, and I mean any of them could be the title. You're a star, school days, first day of school, you are awesome. I mean, all of those are perfect, so I'm good with any of them and all of them. So you see I'm just kind of making some little points. I just cut little strips of the fun foam and then I cut them so that they would be little points. I actually do keep those little pieces of fun foam because they work great, in little bits when you're trying to lift something up, the edges of the butterfly wings or, whatever the case may be. So I do keep those little pieces, and if I'm doing something tiny, I will pull those out. I keep them in a little tray beside my desk. So because I had popped the pictures up on the fun foam, everything that's overlapping I feel like needs to be on fun foam also, because it's going to be bent if I don't. So I did not pull out my 1mm foam tape today. I'm filling in with lots of these little stars, and there were quite a few on here, all in these primary colors. I chose my background with this blue grid and the mats based on the color of Hudson's shirt, but then everything else is brightly colored, and I like how that looks for this little preschool photo. So I added a few, I think they are Doodlebug, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're Doodlebug little stars. They're like a puffy stars. And then I'm going to use this Uncharted Mariner for some splatters. It looks like it could have just been printed on the paper. It matches so well. So I really like that. I like adding splatters over something like this just because it ties everything together, and not that it wouldn't just look like it goes together anyway. It's all from the same line of the stickers. The only thing that's different are the papers and then those little stars. But I like how that looks, and you can see right there some of the splatters, some of the stars. You can tell the one is puffy, and I have those puffy stars in 3 different places, so I like how that turned out. Join everyone else by clicking the link for the playlist down below. You'll be able to see everyone else's take on this scrap lift, and I will see you again next time for Scraplift Crafternoon. Bye-bye.